Yeah, because the big thing for us is obviously stories and things to go through. You know, like I'm not going to ask you a question about is the wood off and other shit like that.
Yeah.
I hate stuff like that because the other thing too, I guess, people are going to look back on you. Being a part of the season.
I'm already getting it.
but it's more. We like to ask of stories and things and stuff like that. So how long you got?
Mate, I'm good. I probably
You can yap.
I can yap. Yeah, I can yap.
Good. So. All right. Cool. Easy. All right. I'll do a quick intro. All right. So thanks to Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini and also Solely Designs, this is the Crowject podcast and my name's Peter and I've got a very special guest as part of our bonus episode today. I'm joined by the sax man himself, Matt Sammut. How are you, buddy?
Good, thanks for having me. This is great.
No, this is fantastic. And look, we were talking a little bit beforehand about things that you've experienced in your time as a Crows fan, but tell us a little bit about how you came a part of the Pregame process here.
Well, it's I always stutter because I can't believe I'm here. Like I never thought this was at all possible in my entire life that I'd be able to play an instrument I've played for most of my life for the club I love. So it started out at the end of last year where I was just sort of wrapping up the year and I got a random phone call from one of the guys that books me for some gigs that I've been doing for a while for him. And he said, "Oh, look, you're a Crows fan," and I said, I'm a Crows fan. And he's like, "Yeah, I've got a call from the club. They want, a bunch of sort of potential options to be put forward for the pregame for next season." He said, "Oh, would you be interested?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." Thinking, nah, they ain't gonna, there's no way it's gonna happen. And then, I don't know, maybe a month later, so it'd be just before Christmas, I got a call, "Hey, they're keen to meet up with you." I said, "Oh, alright, cool." Went in there and sort of spoke to the match day team, that's who I sort of do with. So, spoke to them, they took me through how the pregame sort of runs and looks, where I might slot in, and then what they sort of envisioned. And their timings, that I was looking at, I was like, "Oh, so I'm just sort of before the bounce," and they're like, that's sort of where we picture it. I'm like, alright, that's like prime time spot. I thought it'd be hour when the gates open. So I was getting excited, and they were saying, we've spoken to the players and we've got a few songs I love to work out with. One is, we've got Infinity, we've got Josh Guru, and yada yada yada. So we pitched a few options, and I just sort of said look, I'm keen, I want it. I was pretty they were great because they listened to me, and I said, "Look, I'm the one that has to play it. I just think we just need to go away, have a think about the song, and come back." And I was watching the Avicii doco on Netflix with my wife, and she said, "Oh, Levels, that's a pretty good song," because they had a target demographic of the song, energy, and I said, "Hey, what about that?" And they sort of went back to the club and the players and the board and went all through, and they were like, that sounds good. Let's hear it. Do it. So I sent them a bit of a demo of how it looked, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll go with that." And I was like, "Okay, so we locked in," and they're like, "Yeah, you locked in." So I was like, "All right, this is cool." And then they want it. Then it started to be like, "But we want you on the roof for round one." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, that opener against the St. Kilda game. Holy crap! Not just the pre-game itself and the experience. I mentioned before, I was on the membership panel in 2023, and that was one of my main bugbears to speak about the pre-game side of things. And there were some restrictions that they had in place with the SMA, but to see that as part of round one, I was like, holy crap, that's phenomenal. And you come in, perfect day, crap at the same time too. But
it all worked out.
It was amazing.
Because Sophie, that's on your pod, is it? Because I remember on that first one after, Sophie said that she got leaked by one of her friends. I think that was on And it's like,
right.
and you know what? Because I said to like the guys I was working with, because they're obviously suckers around or whatever, and I was like, oh, I wonder if anyone will notice. But like, it was good to hear that she said that, and I was like, all right. So there was a few people that knew. Because a lot of people were just shocked, which was good, which was what we wanted.
Yeah, it was one of those things that when they, I think it was Sophie or Kristen or, they know both of them anyway, but like one of them mentioned it, and it's like, well, that'd be cool. But then I was also thinking to myself, how exactly are you going to tie it in? Because I was hoping it wasn't going to be buried at the start. And as you said, being right before the start, man, that was cool. And I guess when you think of pre-game rituals, that sort of thing, and not necessarily to, I've always talked about Hawk's pre-game. He's great. Right? Never tear us apart. Fantastic sax.
Oh, of course,
But at the same time, have there been other pre-game things that you've seen or gone to, or anything that you've want to emulate or tried to emulate or anything like that?
You know, it was really funny coincidence. Because when I sat with the matchday guys, two of them in particular that I do with Mike and Kate, I spoke about my time living in Canada and watching a lot of ice hockey. And so, like, the Vancouver Canucks are my team over there. And I remember the first time ever being at a sporting thing where I did not want to leave my seat for a second, because from start to finish, there's stuff happening, and it's insane. And they talked about, Mike actually, I think, worked for the Vancouver Canucks in media stuff. So, he's got a lot of experience in various different things. And so we talked about that. And I mentioned about, I remember one game they had a guitar player that just came out at one of the timeouts and just shredded this solo, walking down the stairs, and that was it. And then they had these drummers, and then they had this and that, and then, you know, and I just sort of said to him, like, that for me was like entertainment and give people value. Why would I go, you know, if there's nothing happening at the game, I may as well just sit at home. So we gotta give people, you know, like, give them something.
It's something about North American sports.
Oh, they do.
Like, my wife's originally from the US, college football, college basketball. There's a way that they do it that they, like, put you in a trance in the stadium, or even when you're watching it too, the production and everything else like that. So I completely agree, you know, that they do any sport. It can be very boring sport too.
Oh, of course.
But it's about being involved as the audience.
And you know, like, I just wanted to get to those games, you know, like, because I wanted to see the show. Like, it's, you know, the ice hockey's great because they project all this stuff on the ice. Like, it's so good. And the gather around this year where they did the laser show, remind me of that. That was so good, you know.
And you weren't a part of it.
No, I wasn't, because the AFL, so it's that, it was just one of those things. But it's sort of, you know, that's where this whole really, I don't know, I hate talking about it because it's nothing to do with me. The whole narrative around this whole good luck thing happened because
it's true though.
That's sort of how it's worked.
Let's be honest, it's so far. So if you're watching this in the future, there's only one home game left against Collingwood. However, for all the games that you've been a part of, wins.
We've won, somehow.
Which is great.
It is great. It's great for the club. We just want to see, like, I'm just a fan. Like, I just want to see them do well. It's, you know.
Now, let's talk about the Fandom.
Okay.
First game, you mentioned before was against Essendon.
Yeah, Wayne Carey's last game. I was so pumped to have Wayne Carey come to the club because my eldest cousin was a big North Melbourne person, and he idolised him and I idolised my sort of elder cousin. And so, like, then Wayne Carey comes and goes, I'm like, this is perfect, you know, this is...
It's all happening.
And then he runs into the post, gets subbed off, and we've just got the camera on the goal post and the whole crowd's booing. That's what I remember. I don't even know if we won, but I just remember that.
Do you know a fact about that post? They then found out, because I remember in the advertiser the day after, they reported about the posts weren't square.
Oh, really?
The posts weren't round, they were square. And that's what he slid into, the corner of the post, because everyone's like, how do you get damaged on the post? And it turns out they were square.
Oh, really?
And big inquiry. I
wonder what happened,
it's just a square post. Your best memory, I guess, we talk about Footy Park or Angus Stadium. What's your favourite memory?
I worked there cooking chips for many, many years. I was in the kiosk. People probably would have.
So you were on the fryer?
On the fryer.
A bit of half blanching of the chips?
Yeah. Get them ready. You got to and then you pump them out half time. You get them going. Yeah. So I did that for a lot of years. So my favourite memory actually of Footy Park or Amy Stadium was probably just the hustle of being at, especially like Collingwood was always a big game, a lot of supporters, and a showdown. Like that was always tough, but even just being involved, some of the concerts were amazing too. Like they had U2 and stuff there. Like
the 06 concert.
Yeah. So stuff like that was always good to be part of. But I don't know. Like I was just trying to think of a particular moment. I reckon one of the last games I actually got to see that Crows played there was Lewis Johnson kicked the goal. Was that
he kicked the last goal?
Yeah, was that
against Melbourne?
Yeah. I reckon that's one of the memories I'll.
Lewis, and he kicked the first goal at Adelaide Oval.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's a fact. You can drop that one.
I like that.
To Collingwood.
Yeah.
But see, one of my memories is the Bon Jovi concert in 2012.
I went to that.
Yeah, which one of the few concerts that they started at a preset time.
Oh, right.
And it was like the concert starting in 5 minutes. And I was just like, I looked around. We got very cheap tickets. Yeah. Looked around. I was like, it's paid everything to the ground.
Yeah. And that Kid Rock open or yeah.
I mean, think about it. The U2 concert, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Was opening. I mean, things have changed.
Yeah, things have changed.
So, a bit about your family. Your memories at Adelaide Oval now too, since the move, other than yourself.
Oh, like I get embarrassed even talking about myself. So, but for me, like at Adelaide Oval, I think that Geelong prelim, like that was electric. That was insane, and probably like, in all honesty, like my favourite probably memory ever was seeing Charlie Cameron's first game for the Crows, and he did this amazing tackle, and I remember thinking, this guy is going to be elite, and then being at the 2017 Grand Final and seeing him come off last and him in tears, like I was just shattered.
Yeah. So we have some shared trauma there as well, both attending the 2017 Grand Final. So did you drive over?
Yeah. So
here we go.
So like this is Matt Sammut getting absolutely a life lesson for. About being overconfident. Like this is, I got one of my friends. His parents have been player sponsors most of his life, and they own a business that they sponsor. I think they sponsor both Crows and Port. I think they're very South Australian. But I don't know about the Crow side of it. So they they get a player each year, and they sort of look after and. So I called up my mate Anthony. I knew we were like getting to the grand final, and poor bloke, he's probably had about 30 phone calls to people going, "Hey, have you got a grand final ticket? Hey, do you because he was they billeted Luke Thompson for a lot of years, so they sort of kept in touch with Luke, and Anthony was really nice, and he's like, look, we've only got 2 sort of tickets, and he said like, they're sort of already taken and accounted for. But if you want to go over together, let's do it. So I scrounged and hustled and managed to pay exorbitant price for 1 ticket, and we all got in a car. Had my saxophone. We weren't going to lose. Richmond got in. I was like, we're set. First stop at Watertown, saxophone out, playing the Crows song out of the car, pumping everyone up. Next stop, wherever it was, like 4 hours later, get saxophone out, we're like pumping up.
I reckon I saw you. Did you drive over the day before on the Friday?
I reckon we did, yeah.
I reckon I saw you in Horsham.
Yeah.
I swear, because I remember driving over, and a friend of the pod and patron to Marty went over with him. And I remember saying, was there a guy on the side of the road with a sax?
Yeah, that would have been me. It has to be, yeah. So there you go. So you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
and then the day of, this is where like I wish someone had slapped me, because the day of we're going down. It might be the Largo Street, but there's a particular street in Melbourne with the cafe tables in the middle, and there's cafes either side.
Yeah.
And the 4 of us, like I'm the smallest out of these boys. Like they're all tall, tall blokes, big boys. And so like, I've just gone, let's go the Crows! And the whole street is erupted, right? And we're walking down, we're high-fiving, we're like invincible.
A bunch of Carlton fans, you must be.
Yeah. And we get to the ground, we're there, and I had different seats. So I spoke about earlier my mate that got Crom tattooed on his fist, which is nuts. Yeah, so I met up with him because we had we sat with each other, and my other mates I drove over with, they had their own seats. Yep. And so we got there, we sat, we were all pumped, we had great seats. Did Rory kick the first goal? I haven't even watched it. Yeah, Rory kicks the first goal. Yep. Once again, and the boxes, there was the boxes above where we were sitting, and I could, there was a very loud Richmond supporter that I heard at the start, and then he went real quiet, right? And then obviously, we're not going to talk about the game. I've only got through the first quarter.
Scene deleted.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then I've had to put up with this guy above at the end. I'm talking obnoxiously, sucked in, and I'm just like, ah.
I mean, it's weird because they haven't won since '83.
I know.
And the fans we were at the top of the Southern stand, and to be honest, the fans we were at, they were like, is what it is. Like, they were actually quite like, oh my god, we can't believe we won. And we were like, oh my god, I can't believe we lost. I went into that game thinking, I think we're in a bit of trouble.
Really?
We selected Andy Otten.
Because Roddy Smith was out.
Yeah, Smith he did his ACL. Yeah. And in hindsight, this call sounds a little bit like, revisionist history, but I did say at the time, I think we should have selected Jordan Bellucci. Because we just needed useful speed. Yeah, I know. Just something.
But, I think, I don't know, I just that day, where I could see the grid that Richmond set up, we just could not do anything with, it was actually impressive. Now, I mean, I can say that in hindsight, it was crap at the time, but it was just impressive how structured they were.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing that I remember viscerally, and this was where my wife, she was just like, I want to get out of here. Three-quarter time, the announcer at the ground who was basically yelled at, who's ready for a big Richmond win, and the crowd went nuts during the three-quarter time break. I remember thinking, hang on, we can't do certain things at our home finals, but you've just done typical Vic bias. That's what we can say. But have you been able to listen to the Killers?
Mate, this is the other real tragedy about 2017. Not Mr. Brightside, but when we were young, Bones. They've got some amazing tracks. And I tell you what,
makes it hard.
I just can't. And I DJ too, so I've had to play that song. And probably people think I must be the grumpiest DJ in Adelaide when I play that, because I just can't do it. Yeah.
Or do the 50-second radio version.
Yeah, that's right. And it's just you might have been the same. The plan was, in my head, we go there, we win, we hold the premiership, we party with the Killers, we go out and we rip the town a new one, and we go home, and how good is it? What a season.
Yeah.
Humble.
I don't bet. Gamble responsibly. Yeah. I don't bet, but I put Richmond 40 plus and Dusty Martin 3 goals.
Did you? See,
and only because I was just objectively, I can't think of a way we could win. And that sounds bad, but the other thing too, I thought it was, I paid $700 for these tickets, I need to make it back somehow.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
There's a certain player that I think had a very good Bali holiday with the money that I spent, to be honest, on their tickets. So I hope he enjoyed that. But at the same time, I had a lot of people go, why would you spend that, to get over there? But it's the story. If they had won, it'd be different. It'd be a different thing.
Celebrate.
That's right. I can always earn more money. I can work. I can just work another few gigs, or do a bit extra teaching or something. I thought that in my head, but you see your club in a premiership. I don't know. That's, imagine being a St Kilda supporter. That's
not a lot of them though.
Yeah, I know, but the Vancouver Canucks have been going around 52 years and not won a Stanley Cup, so I think about that stuff too. So make the most of the opportunities.
That's very true. Now, let's get back to the sax.
Okay.
Now, there are some songs that are very sax heavy, and we talked about Never Tear Us Apart, which obviously has a great solo, that sort of thing. But what are some of your favourite saxophonists or also sax
saxophonists
songs as well? I think of Baker Street.
Yeah, that's a
absolute
classic.
banger.
Yeah,
and it needs a good synth as well. But any other ones?
Oh, look, I mean, you know, the ones I get asked a lot about is like, Baker Street, Careless Whisper.
That's a hard one to play though.
It's just, you know what? It's just an interesting one. It's just how it it's just sort of how it fits around your fingers. Yeah. It's just not quite as smooth. Baker Street's really smooth. And then you've got anything like, you know, anything sort of Bruce Springsteen with Clarence Clemens playing, like Jungle. God, I always get asked about it. I'm not a big Springsteen guy, which Jungle. Cool. Oh yeah, I know. It comes to me.
Anyway, somewhere in the Bruce Springsteen catalogue. That's okay. No, I know the one you're talking about.
And then like more modern sort of stuff. You've got that. I can never pronounce the artist, but it's called Jubel, and it's got this. It's just pretty much a saxophone song, and so I get asked to do that a lot. And that's been done at games. And coming back to, you know, I think, you know, some people they probably won't understand like why we got to playing the song that we landed on, but it's like, we didn't want to do something that was in a similar vein to like an 80s theme, and we want to do something a bit more modern, and we also didn't want to do like Jubel's already been done for the Big Bash. They did that, one of the teams did that. So there's already been, like, everything's already been done and copied, so I hate saying that because I'm a sort of hypocrite.
It's true,
but it is. But
you can get around the sax.
That's right. But we couldn't really find. I think there's a Swedish team that does levels, but they don't do it with the saxophone. So that's where we got to. So we did. There was actually a lot of thought put into it. It wasn't all. You know,
no, it wasn't just like to get me.
Yeah,
I
that's
understand.
right.
So the type of sax you play, is it alto?
It is an alto saxophone. I'm a tenor saxophone player, so I did that through the uni and my jazz degree, but the alto just really like sits really nicely in a range for dance music, and you know, like there's real ripping sax solos. It just cuts better. And so I play, that's the saxophone I play on match day, and you see me lugging around the place.
That's so cool. I mean, look, the other one is Kenny G.
Oh, sorry, he's the elite of the elite, and he gets laughed about a lot in the jazz community, right? So he's like the butt of all jokes. But that guy,
he's crying into his money.
No, he is. Like, he got paid, I think, $1 million once to play for Honda. Did a celebration, and he got $1 million to play on a float. Just play, like, just insane, like, it's nuts. And he's like, you're right, he's crying in his money because he's the most successful financially saxophone player ever. You know, any average Joe Blow would know Kenny G. They wouldn't know, like, Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, like those guys as much. Like, you have to be a muso to sort of know those. You know Kenny G. I get comments like, people going, you know, like some people think it's an insult. You know, no Kenny G, and I'm sort of like in my head, I'm like, I don't want to really think Kenny G, but you know, like he's successful. He's so successful at marketing himself, and he's a really good player. But his sound, he's known as the smooth jazz guy, which isn't seen as like a cool thing in the jazz world.
But he's got a phenomenal sound as well. You listen to his stuff, the production value's great.
Oh yeah,
you know, and he's actually a good player.
Yes,
too.
I
know closer to home, obviously, the big band sort of stuff like Kane.
They're great.
I know Dan from Adelaide Mail would want me to say any ska music as well, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Rubik Fish.
Rubik. But who are some of your favourite artists? And it doesn't have to be sax related.
No, I'm a weird one. I've got I've got so many influences. You know, like one of my favourite bands of all time would be like Linkin Park, and grew up listening to them. And then loving like Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, Toto was my first ever concert. But then I've been to
Toto was your
first ever concert at Nevi. I know. Talk about peaking.
No, that's
at 16.
That's pretty cool.
I was
So what they play? It would have been Africa, Rosanna.
Yeah.
Then back to Africa.
Nah, they released an album, and they toured it, and that was sort of the last time they all sort of got here. Even then, like Bobby Kimball wasn't there. There was a few band changes and stuff. So, but yeah, they finished off with Africa. That was cool. Hold the Line, you know, like those classics. And then yeah, like for me, I got to see Earth, Wind & Fire Blues Fest in 2011. That was just like a dream come true. But
I grew up in Earth, Wind & Fire.
oh, did you? Yeah, like such good music.
It's such a big back catalogue too.
I know, and they wrote so much stuff also for other people.
Yes.
Like like just really talented musos. Then you know, like I went to see Beyonce. You know, like I went to I just like good people doing what they do.
I get the feeling you're similar to me. You love the feel of something very well produced.
Yes.
Yeah. So I saw Taylor Swift 2018
Oh, yeah, cool.
Off the stadium.
Yeah.
Right. Not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Reputation tour, absolute banger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way it's produced and everything.
Yeah.
And even going back to U2's TV tour back in 91 to 93. What a fantastic production for the time as well.
Yeah.
But you know, like my favourite artist is Prince.
Oh yeah,
he's written so much.
Well, he's a small world thing. The saxophone teacher that taught me at uni, his band opened for Prince because they came from the same hometown, and so he was rubbed shoulders with Prince out of that. So there you go.
That's awesome.
He didn't really have a lot of nice things to say about him, but there you go. That's just back to fame.
That's the other thing too. The artists, you know, you've got to be a bit eccentric.
Yeah, Prince was. Yeah, Prince was. Yeah, and like,
I mean, rest in peace.
Yeah. But the stories about him calling up some of my my saxophone teachers' mates at like 2 a.m. go, hey, we need to record like now. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, like come to the house now. Like, we're recording.
Get in the car.
Yeah. That's what it was. So yeah, like that. And then like one of my favourite bands currently, like Aussie guys, like Rufus the Soul. Like I just love what they do. It's just good. It's just so good. Like the lights, the show, the sound design. You know, so lots of different influences. I just love good music, you know. That's what it's all about.
I love it. Now, we need to talk about where things are going to head. Okay. We are recording on the Friday before the West Coast game. 3 games left in the night around. Collingwood lost last night.
I know.
And Hawthorn apparently will put again, according to the revised big media.
That's right, let them have it.
Where do you think things are going to go this year?
Oh, I can't believe they've gone as good as they have already.
Actually, let's talk about the ascending position. Let's go to that first. Think about, and I know I talked about it in the last pod, where we've come from and where we are now.
Yeah.
But I guess the journey, and let's look at the time point of COVID onwards.
Yeah.
How have you seen the last 4 years to the last 12 months? So where things have gone in with just like that.
I mean, you know, I think anyone that's followed the pros in the last 4 years, you know, there's a level of frustration. Like, where are we at? What are we doing? You know, like we're there and then we're not there, and then we lose games that we should have won, or all that stuff. And so you know, then we have personnel changes, board changes, you know, and then like the rebrand this year, and you know, and I'm just like, okay, like that's great, like. But no good if we finish 15th, you know. So I was definitely pessimistic going into this season. I tipped them every game last season, and because I was just like, no, like we're good, we're gonna be good, and then it didn't happen. And so this season I was like, okay, like Matt, once again, pull your head, you know. I get too excited, and then so 15th last year.
Yep.
Round 1 happens. You know, take me playing whatever out of it. We smash, you know, St Kilda. Yeah. Okay, like St Kilda, you know, and then we you know win a few more, and then I'm like,
we won that win the next week against Essendon. That was the one because I was 160 to 100. But what can you take? I know what you mean.
I know it's Essendon. Yeah. Like so, you know, like you know, sorry for any Essendon people that might be watching this. I like Essendon and St Kilda. I don't really like. They're not anyone I worry about too much. And then it's like then it's like, you know, you're starting to win, you know, I mean, like Geelong was a hard loss, like, but we were in it, and I was thinking, okay, you know, that's all right, like, all good. And then, you know, you start to sort of see those wins stack up, like close one against Collingwood, like we've had a few of those, and then you start thinking, all right, we're around the mark, and we're doing okay here. And then, you know, even just that Hawthorn win on that Friday, like, oh, the Brisbane win too on the Friday, like, just really mature wins, you know?
That's the thing, you know, we're so used to the shared trauma of losing the closeness. And I feel like there's just been this shift in both in the coach's box, but also the players just galvanised. Which is something I don't think we saw in 2017.
No, I mean,
Which is our last final appearance.
Yeah, and I remember that grand final. I remember someone like getting stuck into Matt or Brad Crouch, and then the other brother came over, and no one else came over. And that for me was just like, I know you're losing, and I know the game was over, but where's the team?
Where's the combo?
Yeah, that's right. Like we're all in it together. Like, and seeing like even the, you know, the boys down back. That West Coast game where I saw Keane run all the way from back to start just yapping off, you know, and I just thought, that's great, like.
I do enjoy Mark Keane needling as well.
It's good.
Not so much the tripping.
No, not the tripping, but
it's needling the feet.
Well, he's got something like 15,000 in fines or something.
Yeah. He's racking it up. So I don't think he's actually getting paid this year.
No, I think it's just
it comes from the AFL and then it just comes.
Yeah, they're just direct depositing. Like it's like.
We need it back, mate.
But yeah, so to be sitting top as we speak at the moment, you know. I just don't even know how to feel. Like I'm almost more nervous that we're that good, because I feel like it's just that 2017 PST, like, you know, he's
getting
coming
the
back.
Vietnam levels flashbacks,
just rocking in your chair, like, you know, like please not again, not again.
Now, do you think Power Stance should come back this week?
Oh God.
I mean, it works at night. Not during the day. During the day, bad. At night, good.
You know, it's funny. Like I love someone to come out and write a book or write, you know, something about that whole thinking about that. You know, because I know I'm really interested in the psychology of sport and what makes people tick and why they do the things they do. And as a musician, you know, like, you know, with the privileged position I'm in this season, like, there's things that I do too, because, you know, whether you like it or not, there's pressure when it comes to playing something live to a lot of people. And, you know, there's things that I do to make sure that I'm in the zone. And, you know, it might look weird or not, like, people might not understand it, but maybe I'm hoping that's what they thought would work. And you know, to not work on the biggest day is annoying, but also I think we discredit the whole season because of that, you know. But really, like, once again, and that's the hard thing about having a good season, even like what we are, like, you know, are we gonna discredit all the hard work because there's expectations now that, you know, we're going all the way? Like, I don't know, like, it's I do feel for them, but yeah, the Power Stance, I think, probably retired, and we'll just that involved.
I mean, I didn't enjoy the fact that we were doing something that had power. Like, I think the Pantry, So, who's your favourite player on the squad?
Oh, okay. I think you say of all time. I'm like, that's impossible. But yeah,
we can get to that.
Favourite player of the squad at the moment. I've got a few that I really like, but I think Worrell is just. I've always been a bit of a defender bias, but him more like, I don't know. I really love Dawson. I think he's so good.
And look, I've said on the pod previously, Jordan Dawson looks like a guy that plays two synths at the same time. He's got that fit. What player on the squad right now do you think would match up best with saxophone? Like playing a
okay, that's a good question. I reckon.
For some reason, I've gone with Rochelle.
Rochelle, right? I was going to say like Riley O'Brien. I don't know.
Actually, that's true.
I just feel like he'd rock it. Like, he'd be this big, like, sort of bloke, like.
Yeah, almost the Bill Clinton vibes, just with the Ray-Bans on, that sort of thing. Maybe without the presidency, because he's not a US national, but, you know, that sort of thing. But I feel like Rob would be the sort of person, he just started playing it purely because he went to an all-boys school, and they said, you're playing the sax.
Or, like, Or he could be like an elite, like one of those elite classical pianists that just would like shred, and you just be like, mate, you're just good at everything. Like you're smart, you're sporty, and you can play the piano. But no, that's a good question. I do. I did think Tex, he seems to get around me the most. I think. I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like he could be a guitarist or a bass player or something.
See, I could see Tex on the drums.
Okay, yeah.
The only reason being is he'd just be there and he'll just be barking orders at everyone else.
Yeah.
As we know, drummers never do anything wrong.
Nah.
Sorry, I play bass guitar for years. And
you hear it the
drummer
most.
chirping at me, I'm just like, no worries, mate. You can't even hear. But yeah, look, I just want to say thank you. You've done. You're a part of this year. No matter what happens, you're a part of it. You're a part of the fabric of the club itself, and very thankful for everything that you're doing to sort of rouse things up as a pre-game sort of thing. So,
I mean, the support. I genuinely it's humbling. It's embarrassing, and people don't understand probably why I get embarrassed or why I want to fly under the radar or. But they don't understand that for 25 years I've been playing the saxophone, and for 24 of them, and that's fine. It's not about doing it for anyone else. It's about myself. But for 24 of them, I've just been Matt, the guy that plays
Matt on the sax.
And now it's like, oh, you're the this and that, and you're this to this and that.
You meet up with Premier Pete this morning.
I know.
Tell me more about that. Look, I did listen to the live stream.
Yeah.
I want to give credit to whoever was doing sound.
That's hard.
That rough you.
Yeah.
But how did it go? I mean, you got the police commissioner, Premier Pete, Cornsey.
Yeah.
So you got AFL Hall of Famer, Premier Police Commissioner, and our pre-game master.
And Matt, this random bloke. Yeah. How did I get that?
That sounds Australia right there.
Yeah.
How was it?
It's just really nice because it's for a good cause, Catherine House, and. I think I got the call up. I think there was a few late pullouts too, but that's okay. I'm happy to be involved. It's not about me. It's about Catherine House. It's about raising money, and I'm with you. I totally agree. I'm looking to my it's right, and it's these are big people, and I'm just playing the saxophone, it's not a bad thing. That's exactly how I feel. I'm just Matt, this guy that plays saxophone. I'm not anything else.
It's a phenomenal feeling though, because to a lesser extent, I know because I've been able to interview people like Graham Corns, AG, all the people that I've looked up to, and I've learned and players too, you just talk to them like they're another person, and they greatly appreciate it. I know that's not. I know where you're coming from too, and I think the same too. Trying to be, humble about it, but it is a thing. Just talk to them like they're.
You can tell that from the amount of people that talk about your podcast and tell me, even though I've told a lot of friends, guess what, I'm going to move to Crowject, but seriously, it's a buzz for me, and it's a buzz for all my mates that have followed, and it's just a cool experience for me, because once again, your love for the club has led you to do some amazing things and interview all these greats, and for me to even get a call up, it's really nice, because I get to be part of this thing that is what makes the club the club.
Sorry, there's days I kick myself too, thinking about that, there's things that the club have discussed with us, before it's come out, that sort of thing. And I could say it now, the logo and everything. We've got to show that, a long time beforehand.
That's
with
cool.
an NDA and all that. And have a club talk about it. But to see the amazing work that the club does, and there's things that they take to heart themselves, of mistakes that happen. And let's be honest, they're human too. You see some Twitter potatoes, that directly tweet the club for selections, and all the shit that people like Lockie's
that kills me.
I feel the same too, because I'm thinking your tweet, it makes you feel just a little bit better right now, but what are you doing?
And and credit to you guys, and then most people have been the same, but really you guys, yeah, just watch what you had to say about it, and I just like good on you for having the platform and using it for coming out to stop that stuff, because that I've actually met sort of like his father, or like he's a sax player too, and and lovely as well, and I didn't say anything to him, but it really was just like I just wanted to be like, mate, like I'm sorry, like we shouldn't treat you like that. Like
I agree.
it's and like we want to be a club and get around our fans and our and people that we all support the same thing, so let's just get around and like each other and it makes it more enjoyable for everyone.
Hell yeah, couldn't agree more. Well, on that note, Matt, I love your work so much. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks for thanking the Scott Company here right now, and so the designs, and the man behind us is punching a dart.
Yeah.
And my name's Peter Crowject. Go Crom.
Cheers.
Honestly, like everything you do, man, is like fucking amazing.
Oh man, I just want to give back. Like I not give back. Like I mean, just and the amount of things I can